Hi VC, it's Rob here with another video. This is going to mainly be stuff I picked up over the weekend. I had a pretty successful weekend, pretty pleased with what I bought. Bought a few 12 inches, I'm going to show them on another video, and also picked up quite a lot of vinyl for £1, so I'm going to show that on another video as well. So yeah, I've picked up a couple of things from Amazon this week. Here's one of the albums. Playing in the background. Band's called Diesel Part West. Band I was really into. This album came out in '89. It's like rock indie really. Full of great songs, this album. Thought I'd have it on in the background. You could maybe catch a few tunes. Yeah, never really did anything. I think they got the Rob curse. Any band that I get into, very unlikely to have any hits. Seems that way anyway. So yeah, not playing CDs in the house, so I needed to try and get this on vinyl. Not been able to pick it up in the shops. I've been searching for it for months and months, so you know, I resorted to Amazon and yeah, pretty happy with it. So yeah, Shakespeare Alabama by Diesel Part West. Now, there's the guys. Trying to look cool. Right, something else I picked up from Amazon. It's come all the way from America, and it's the Spinto Band. And the reason I know about the Spinto Band is through the VC. Someone I follow subscribed to his channel called Randall Weaver. Randy to his friends. He's doing a series where his albums that have stood the test of time. He did Rattlesnakes by Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, and then he flagged up Spinto Band, so I checked him out, and that's not the album he actually showed, but that album's called Moonwink, and reminds me a little bit of Vampire Weekend. Came out in 2008, and the vocal in part remind me of Edwyn Collins. So yeah, 2.5 minute, 3 minute songs. Really enjoyed it, so really pleased to pick that up. I'll probably pick up a few more things by them. So yeah, Spinto Band. Now, I wanted to show this album. Neil Young and Trans. Now I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't show it because I've not listened to it, and I wanted to give it my full attention. Now, this album came out in 1982. Neil Young had just left Reprise Records, signed a deal with Geffen. He was getting £1 million an album, and there's 3 songs on this album that remind which are like Neil Young songs. The other 6 are nothing like Neil Young. Synthesizers, distorted voice, very influenced by Kraftwerk, and that's a good thing for me. Total departure from anything he'd done before. Not very popular with American Neil Young fans. Not released on CD in America. So, I mean, I've read a few reviews of it, and sort of the longer time goes on, the warmer people tend to feel about this album, and I really enjoyed it. I really like this album. This is an album I'm going to go back to time and time again. I really like it. Really excited by it. Played it quite a lot. Neil Young's son was born with cerebral palsy, and he found it difficult to communicate with him, and he said he used this as a way of communicating with his son. So, you know, the interesting backstory there. So I just wanted to show this album and give you my thoughts on it. So yeah, I've had it a couple of weeks, and I've played it quite a lot, and I'm really pleased I picked it up. I'd never seen it before. I've got quite a few Neil Young albums. This has got the Buffalo Springfield song Mr. Soul on it. Slightly different version, but that's one of the more normal Neil Young songs that are on the album. But yeah, if you've never checked this out, check it out. It's very interesting. Yeah, Trans. by Neil Young. Now, yesterday I went to, there's like a mill not too far from here, and it has antiques in it and collectibles, but there's also vinyl in there. So I called in there yesterday just to see if they'd had anything new arrive, and yeah, I picked this up. It's You're Under Arrest. Forgot the name of it for a minute. Came out in 1985. Miles Davis. It's very nice. It's on CBS. So that's my second Miles Davis album. I've gone from CDs and now picking up the vinyl. This has got a couple of interesting covers on it. Human Nature by Michael Jackson and Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. Very mellow, this album. Almost like lift music, really. Or if you're on the phone and they put you on hold, it's the kind of thing they've played to you. So wasn't very excited by it, but I've only played it once, so I need to visit again. But slightly disappointed, but yeah, it's always nice to have Miles. So yeah, Miles Davis. Now this next album, it's Gallagher and Lyle, and Breakaway. Yeah, one thing that struck me about this album was the condition of it. I mean, it's well over 40 years old and it's absolutely immaculate. And I was in the car on Friday and a song came on the radio, and it was I Want to Stay With You. And I'm driving along and I'm thinking, who sung this? And it came to me that it was Gallagher and Lyle. And then, so I was singing along in the car like you do. And then when I got to the looking through the records, I saw this album. It was pretty cheap, really good condition. I looked at a couple of the other tracks. Breakaway, which was covered by Art Garfunkel, Heart on Your Sleeve, and I thought, yeah, I'll pick this up. So when I came home, played it. If you're ever in a real sort of chill out, because this isn't the kind of album that I've got, don't have many albums like this at all. You know, if you want something really mellow, I mean, it's got a lyric sheet with it. You know, it's like brand new. It's on the A&M label. Yeah. So really pleased to pick it up. Played it a couple of times, and yeah, very nice. Very different from what I'm usually listening to. But yeah, Gallagher and Lyle. Now, this is an album I've never seen before. It's Voyage, and I think it's called Voyage actually. Now, I've said before I like my disco, and in 1978 I think it was, From East to West came out, and they were a French band with a singer, session singers, and From East to West was, you know, I said before I'm listening to new wave and stuff, but if a good disco record came out, I was heavily into it, and I really liked From East to West. And it's on the GTO label, you know, and this was, you know, it was giving this away really, very reasonable price. Had a couple of really, I think they had #1 disco tracks in America in the late 70s, and this is good fun, good listen. You know, and it's one of those albums that I've never seen before, so I was really pleased to pick it up. So yeah, Voyage. Now, interesting tale here, a bit of a coincidence. That's the place where I went on Saturday. It's Vinyl by Demand. Okay, so all the vinyl had that with it. Now, today I went to, I was up very early because my daughter was going to Germany, and I took her to the airport, so I was up early. And I'm thinking, where can I go today? So I thought, I'm not going to that normal flea market, it's a waste of time. I'll go to Halifax. They have an all year round car boot sale, and it was a nice day, so I thought, right, I'm going there. So I got there, had a walk round. I picked an album up from another stall for £1. I'll show that in another video. And then there was a guy there that had crates and crates of records. So I went over to him, and he was really nice. He was really talkative. He'd probably been stood there for a couple of hours. And yeah, we had a really nice chat. And the longer you chat to people who are selling vinyl, the cheaper the prices get. So yeah, so we're chatting and I'm flicking through and I'm thinking it's got some good stuff. Anyway, the first thing I picked up was this one. Siouxsie and the Banshees. Now this is a best of, you know, and in the late 70s, you know, I got a lot of singles by Siouxsie and the Banshees, but I've only got one album, Join Hands. But they've always been a firm favourite of mine, Siouxsie and the Banshees. It's on Polydor. Yeah, and all the favourites are on here. Hong Kong Garden, Happy House, Christine. You know, there's a bunch of hits on here. And yeah, he was selling this for a reasonable price, so yeah, I was happy to pick this up. As I got talking to him, we were just talking about, he was a dealer, but he had was involved in double glazing, but we're chatting away, telling me his life story. And then he was saying that he had records in units. He actually, it's this guy. So I'd actually bought some stuff off him without him knowing on Saturday morning. And there's me on Sunday in Halifax, and it's the actual guy's stuff. So I told him that I bought some stuff off him. So then the prices seemed to come down even more. I picked this one up for £2. Van Morrison and Wavelength. Now this came out in 1978, and I think it's his 10th album. Played this afternoon. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, a bit more electric guitar, but you know, Van Morrison for me, can't really do any wrong. I just love his voice. I just love it. And you know, to pick that up for £2, I was skipping. I was so happy. So you know, I thought, yeah, come on, what else have you got? Anyway, I'd never seen this album before. Now, it's called, I've got to check, it's called The Carter. It's Miles Davis. Yeah? Now, we were getting on so well at this point that he told me that this record had a mark on side 4. It's a double album. He said you can have it for £1. I couldn't believe it. Now this is a live album recorded in Japan in 1975, just before Miles Davis went into retirement. I mean, he really struggled to get through the concerts. But I've listened to this afternoon, and this is more like Miles Davis for me. I mean, reading the reviews of it, you know, they were criticising it because it just felt like a jam. But, you know, that's music to my ears. Because when you hear these guys jam, it's like nothing you've heard before. So I'm so pleased to pick this up. And, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a better buy than that for £1 this year. Absolutely delighted with that. Right, just one more. It's this one. It's East Indian Youth, and it's called Culture of Volume. Now, this is an album I've been after for 3 or 4 years, but he had this sealed, you know, and he said he wanted £8 for it, and it's like a double album, and it was sealed. I'd actually been to Halifax a few weeks ago and seen this in another record shop. and it was about 20 quid, and I thought it was a bit steep, but for £8 I was really happy. Now this is classed as sort of a synth indie, experimental, intelligent indie, I think it's called. And yeah, the guy's called William Doyle. He's from Bournemouth in the south of England, and yeah, it doesn't disappoint. Played this afternoon, and really glad I picked it up. So yeah, East India Youth. So yeah, chatting to this guy, and give me his card, and he's you know, built a bit of a relationship with him. He's doing a record fair next Saturday, so I think I'm going to go along there. So yeah, such a coincidence to buy stuff from a stall from him on the Saturday, and then actually meet him on the Sunday. So yeah, like I say, I bought a bunch of 12-inch singles from him, and some albums that were £1, which was ridiculous. So yeah, it's been a really really good weekend for me for vinyl, as usual. So if you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing, and have a great week, and bye for now.